Hi there, it's Sarah Jane from Cards and a Cuppa, and I'm here today with you to show you a larger size file box that I've designed. This is actually a make that I made some couple of 3 years ago now. It fits a standard C6 envelope and a standard size card in UK size, which is half A4. It's quite a bit bigger than the one we made last week. This one was designed to fit the Stampin' Up note cards in. So you don't need a lot more card for it though, that's a good thing. And again, I've used the lovely cherry on top designer series paper stack to decorate. So let's get started. Okay, so you need a sheet of A4 card plus a 4cm by 9cm offcut of the same card. I'm going to use my scoreboard today. You could obviously use your paper trimmer as well, that would work too. Use the scoring blade in that. It's just a bit easier when you're working on a bigger sheet to use the scoring board. So down the long side you're going to score at 1 centimetre, 13 centimetres, 17 centimetres and 29 centimetres. Flip it round and score again at 4 centimetres. Now while you've got your scoreboard out, take your 4 by 9 piece and along the 9 centimetre edge score again at 1. And that's your scoring done. So before you do anything else, you need to measure up 12 centimetres. There's your 4 centimetre score line, so that's your bottom, along the bottom. So you measure up 12 and mark it on both sides. Okay. Now cut in at that 12 centimetre point into the 1 centimetre score line. Now while you've got your scissors out, you're going to cut up to the 4 centimetre across. You can chop that little end piece away and then cut up on these two score lines in the middle, and then cut up on this and cut that away. Okay, now let's do reinforce our score lines now. If you were going to stamp this rather than cover it in paper, I would do that before you do score lines at this point. I'm gonna put designer series paper on mine, so it's not so bad. This one doesn't matter because we're going to cut that away. This lovely bright green is a new in colour Cucumber Crush. So you're going to now line up your 12 where you've cut in at 12 centimetres at the bottom and your score line up the top here. Lay that flat, and then starting in the middle, which I don't very often suggest, but you need to sort of edge down to this until you meet the cut line and then trim up, and that way you don't go too far past it. So fold this bottom bit in, line up at the top, make sure that stays in place, fold that back down, start in the middle and just gently ease up to the cut mark. And there you have. And that's the base of your file box. So that can go, that's waste. Now you're going to use Tombow to adhere the bottom. So cover this whole panel on the left and this centre panel, and then you're going to work with that to the back, fold that in, and then use this one to come around and cover it up. And then just use your bone folder to press with your hands. Give that a moment just to go off. Now back to your 1 centimetre by 9 centimetre piece. So just fold that over and then add a bit of glue down one of these front edges. Line up your card and just wait for that to, I think probably double-sided tape might be a good idea here, or maybe even some of the new tear tape that Stampin' Up have in their new catalogue. I haven't got my new order yet, so I'm going with Tombow still. Okay, add some glue down this side. And hold it. Now I'm pressing in just on the edges here with my bone folder because I can't get my hand right into the bottom part. So just add a little line of Tombow down the bottom and fold that round. Again, just push it down with your bone folder so then you don't crease your card. And there's your file box. So to cover it with paper, I'm using this really cute cherry paper. It comes in 6x6, this cherry on the top paper. And I've already pre-cut this a little bit. So what you're going to do, to cover the sides, you need to cut across at 11 centimetres, and then on your offcut, you're going to cut that into a 3 centimetre strip. I found the easiest way to do it is to cut the 3 centimetre first, slide it along and then cut to 11 centimetres. So I'll just quickly show you how that works on the trimmer. So here you've got a 3 centimetre mark down the side of your trimmer. So line that paper up with the 3 centimetre line and cut. That gives you a 3 centimetre piece. Then move your measurements over to this side and find your 11 centimetre mark. And then cut again. That way you're not working with a tiny piece of paper trying to get a 3 centimetre stripe that is straight. Okay, so now you've done the side panels. What you need to do is cut the diagonal. So you're going to measure up at 7.5 centimetres here. And then on the opposite side, measure up at 7.5 centimetres. So that way, your paper is going to be cut so it fits each side. Get your trimmer out, use the top corner here, line it up with your 7.5 centimetre mark, and then cut. I recommend cutting from the fat side up to the point, because if you try and cut down to the point, you might crease your paper. And the same on this one. There's your 7.5 centimetre mark, top corner, cut towards the point. Now these two little pieces, the 3 centimetre ones you made, you're going to leave one at full height and you're going to cut one at 7 centimetres high. That's your front and back. So I'm using cucumber crush to ink the edges of the paper. You don't need a lot of ink on these because it's such a vibrant colour. That's why I'm dabbing it off onto the grid paper. Just helps the paper pop a little bit when you stick it on. So, and then I'm just going to glue the paper onto the, I'm going to start with the larger pieces actually, so that I know where the height for the front and back will fit. So you mostly need to cover the edges and then a bit in the middle with Tombow, and that's enough, you don't need a lot. So that's the two side pieces. You might want to press it down by putting your hand inside. Okay, then add your back. Make sure you get your cherries the right way up. Now I'm going on the bit at the bottom here. So make sure they're about level. It's a little bit high. Okay. And the front piece. So there you have your standard C6 file box. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and if you want to see more, please do visit my blog or go over to my YouTube channel and see all the other videos there. Thanks for watching today.